Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little sports nutrition. And what I want to go over is a very popular sports enhancing supplement, one that I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with. I'm a personal huge fan of, and that is caffeine. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about what caffeine is, what it does, what kind of athlete can benefit the most from caffeine supplementation, some dosing strategies, and then just some things we got to look out for when taking caffeine. So to get into it, right, caffeine is a stimulant, and it's going to work to stimulate the central nervous system. Current research as far as sports performance goes has found caffeine is great for decreasing feelings of perceived exertion, improving our work capacity, and increasing our mental alertness, right? So three really big things that are going to translate over to sports performance in a pretty big way. And three big things that we're constantly trying to optimize through training and on and off the field practice. So as far as what kind of athlete is going to get the most benefit from taking caffeine, and right now current research suggests that all athletes are going to benefit from caffeine use. So to break that down a little further, right, on one side we have our aerobic or driven athletes, our endurance athletes, our long distance runners, our long distance cyclists, Ironman type events, etc., right? And then on the other hand, we have our more anaerobic driven athlete. And this is going to be, our sprinters, our athletes that are more driven by strength and power output, rather than stamina and conditioning. So that's the great thing about caffeine is it's really going to help all athletes across the spectrum, right? And if you really think about it, a lot of sports cross over regardless, right? Like soccer's a great example. You might be, jogging 5 miles for an entire soccer game, but there's a lot of intermittent times in a soccer game where that player's going to have to sprint to a ball or sprint to get open for the ball to receive a pass. So and that goes for a lot of sports. A lot of sports are going to have that anaerobic-aerobic crossover where they're going to have to use both energy systems. And that's the great thing about caffeine is you're going to see benefits in both energy systems. So let's get into dosing, right? So current research suggests that optimal levels of caffeine intake are around 3 to 9 milligrams per kilogram body weight, which should be consumed about 60 minutes before exercise. So that's about 2 to 3 cups of coffee an hour before competition is where you're going to see the most benefit from caffeine. Research also finds that anything over 9 is not going to lead to any further improvement in performance, and really that's where they see a decrease in performance, so just a little bit too much overstimulation. As far as NCAA guidelines, the NCAA does ban caffeine, but it's more of a limitation, right? So the NCAA states that anything over 6 to 8 cups of coffee 2 to 3 hours before game time is going to come up as a positive urine test. So, which is really, really high anyways, guys. So try to stay around that 1 to 3 cups of coffee 60 minutes before game time, and that's when you should be good. But that is it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation on caffeine as a performance-enhancing supplement.